welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna. Welcome to Mix It Up Monday, where we use mixed media and a sketch. It is a YouTube, Instagram, and blog hop. This sketch is done by Brandy Joe. She is at Scrapping Boy Mama, and I will have that listed below on Instagram. I'll have that listed below. So I'm going to show you what I didn't use first. I have pictures of myself and my middle daughter Meredith. We took a youth trip. It was a bus trip with a bunch of youth. We went down and did a mission, and then we went on to Florida where we um, had a convention. And I used three different colors, and every time I pick up this bottle of Shabby Shutters, I keep thinking that it's going to be the perfect thing to match with this blue, because it just, or not blue, I mean creamy, I don't know what to say, gray maybe. And I did the first one and it dried, and I'm going for that more bluey look of that leaf there because I want to use my 49 on Market. Now, the thing to tell you, so I'm trying different techniques here and I'll let you watch that, but the thing to know about 49 on Market is there's different variations of color. So even though I have this blue out at the time, um, you can see that strip, that braided strip on the left is a different shade of blue. And so I'm just kind of trying to play around here with what might match. Um, and it's not going to match everything, but I'm just trying to coordinate things right now. So I finally decided to get out and do the packaging technique, which works amazing. And that first mixed media background that I did, I am totally going to use, and I like the background. I will just use it for something else in the future. So no worries there. And I know also that people have, if they're not happy with the way it turns out, they might trim it up and use it in small pieces, but I am happy the way it turns out. It was just the wrong shade. So I'm going with, let me see what I'm going with. Weathered Wood, I believe, is the winner. Oh, two of them, Weathered Wood and Stormy Sky. And that weathered wood is very gray, which it is, it does show gray, but it's on the bluey side of gray. So I just put a little bit, honestly, of the weathered wood, and then I'm really putting more and more of the stormy sky on, just mixing a little water with it, and then smooshing it down onto the page, knowing that I got to get those three photos on. So when I first I had these out, I didn't have in front of me the pictures that I want to use, so I just used these black pieces to represent. Now the other thing was that the middle picture I knew I was not going to keep as 4x6, so I'm kind of just like holding up the 3x4 as representation, and I knew I wasn't going to trim it down to 3x4 either, but it just gave me a better idea there. So okay, so now that I've got it kind of where I want it, I'm going to trim this down, and it's going to be 5x4. Take a little bit off the top, a little bit off the bottom, and then I'm going to really decide where I want my photos, because that's going to be kind of my jumping off point. So I've got my mixed media, and I keep going between, do I want to put the photo on the right over the bigger photo or under? And it overlaps better, but you're not, she's, Meredith's holding a coffee cup. It's not like a big deal, but I knew in the future it would bother me if I had one overlapped and one underlapped, so that's why I went with underlapped. And I still make sure you can see that coffee cup. It is a-okay. Not a problem. See, I keep going back over the top. Nope, not gonna stay there. Okay. And then I kind of work on what might I want layered. And so I have this, it's a travel collection from 49 and Market, as well as I've got a whole bunch of just different colory things from like Spectrum Sherbet and things that I'm just trying to figure out. I do this a lot. If you've watched my videos, I'm a very monochromatic. I pull the tickets out that have a little bit of green, which I really like, because you can see that green next to me in the sky when we're on the bus. It's like it's a blur because we're like moving on the bus, but I like that little bit of green. Meredith's wearing kind of a green in her shirt, so I'm gonna get those pictures glued down, knowing that I might tuck things underneath. And then that banner says amazing, and that's what I'm thinking my title is going to be. And I pull out this washi from 49 Market. I really like it. I don't end up using it, but it's there for inspiration. So, oh, and I have this is just a washi sticker, washi tape kind of piece. So I throw that on there, and I thought, oh, this is gonna look really good. This is a great place to use some of that rub on from 49 and Market. So, um, let me see if I can tell you what this is. It's one of their rub on transfers essential text blends. Right now, I have the one in front of me that's pewter. I know this is not pewter, but that's what I used, and I like how that turned out, and I'm going to use a little bit more of it around the page. That white paper you can see over the photos says life is a journey, not a destination, and live simply, over and over and over again. And I had used it on a different layout. I'd put washi tape over it so you could read it through, but that does not make it on the page. I did try that kind of the map wash over, but you just couldn't read it. But that was kind of sitting there for inspiration in case I came up with an idea for it. There will be a playlist down below that lists everybody that's playing along with Mix It Up Monday. And you can see what they all did with the same sketch. So now is when I'm going to get serious about laying out my embellishments. I like to use the compass. We were traveling, so I lay that there. I've taken half of that notebook page and put it underneath, and then the other part you can see up on the top. I'm laying that amazing down there for my title. I have another kind of compass, but I decide it's too much for, I've already got one, so I don't need it. I find this other torn notebook page ending, ripped torn edge, so I will use part of that on top, and then I do trim uh instead of it going to waste like being tucked under something. I will trim that right off, and you'll see I'm going to use that right here on the same page. Doing this mixed media, I've been doing mixed media for a while now. I'm not an expert, I'm very much a beginner, but it just kind of spoke to me that, you can use it in like, unlike every page, you can like change up the colors, you can use different techniques. Not only, I did the packaging technique, but I surely could have taken some of my stencil butters and a stencil and then even done that on top of it, and I think it would look really cool. So um, I, I, my goal for coming up, and I can't say when that would be because it seemed like life passes, just goes so fast. But I would love to, instead of trying to do all these, sketches and challenges, try to take a breath, slow down, and just work on things that I haven't done before. So these challenges, these sketches, they're awesome because they do get me to try new things. So I don't want to say like I don't like them. I love them. It's just that when left to my own devices, or not in a rush to get these done for a certain time, and again, that's not nothing to say negative because that's all on me. It's me managing my crafty time, and things like that. So all right, I do have this rub on. It is a 49 Market. It's a circular element. I like it because I've also got the circular element of the compass. So I put that up on the other side of the paper, and I will rub that on. These rub-ons are incredible. Um, you can see me in a couple instances, well, probably coming up when I'm putting on more of those background text ones. But like if you don't get a full, first of all, with the it's kind of a mixed media rub on, not this one, but the ones coming up, it's a mixed media one, so you rub it off, and if it doesn't all come off nicely, you can put it down somewhere else and get here, right there. So you just get the little specks, speckles, and spots in a different spot. So very forgiving, very cool, and it works so nice. You're gonna see me struggle a lot with this little ticket that I bring out. Um, it what does it say? It says true friend, and just I love the color. I want it on there. Um, Meredith is a true friend, and my daughter, and she's a friend to others as well. And so I really wanted that on there. It just travels around. I'm not sure of the perfect spot. I do take the label and I tuck it in there, um, and then there goes that ticket again. It moves around a lot. I just struggle with that. So these are amazing rub-ons, and you're gonna see what goes wrong here. But it's got these cute little things that can go right over this 3x4 picture. And so this one says moments, memories. And I was gonna be, I tested it out, honestly. I knew it could go bad, but I was gonna see, normally I trim these off, so I'm just working with the little rubber I'm using, and there, boom, I got a big goober on my face. So, um, yeah, I couldn't get it off. I'll try. That photo's gonna have to be reprinted. Luckily, the rub on that I did use is above the photo, so not a big deal, and it's super easy to reprint those. So, not too worried. But you will see it on the final photo as well. So, I thought at first there was a chance I was gonna get that up, but it's stuck down there. So, and again, the ribbon I was using, the what went onto my face is a little bit of mixed media type, so you're not going to miss it when I use it somewhere else. So, here is more of that text mixed media. So I'm gonna get that around the page. And then there's that blank spot that's right next. Oh, and there you see, I'll take the extra and just put it on the bottom there, spread it around. But there's that blank spot next to the compass. So I tried the ticket again, but there's these little stitches that just are super cute. So this time I've learned from my mistakes. I'm just going to trim that right off and then layer it on the left side, and it just fills that little gap right there. It's so cute. I'll move to the right side under the right photo then and just get a little bit of that mixed media text and rub that down there. And then I move to the right upper corner and do the same thing just to kind of spread that around, and it's for a little bit of interest there, and it kind of spreads the rest of that mixed media out a little further in spots too. Next, it is back to embellishing, and I'm going to use those tickets and get a little bit of green in there. At this point, I'm thinking it needs just a little more. I know, I like it the way it is, but I think it needs more. So that's when I go for these tickets. And especially with the swooping banner that says amazing for the title, it needed something underneath there to underlap um and make that amazing stand out a little bit more. And then I find I have a couple hearts and I want to get them on here, and I'm still struggling with the tag, but I'm gonna work a couple hearts, and I go back into my stash to find a couple more hearts because I'll find another blue one. But then I also get out some green ones, and I think you'll see that in a moment. But I've got the ticket, and then I've got the hearts, and that's where I find the second blue. They're just different shades of blue. One is more of a light blue, one is more of that kind of eucalyptus, and I know eucalyptus isn't a blue, but that greeny blue color. So I make sure to adhere those tags down good. I get some adhesive on the ticket and the heart. And I think even when I glue this down a little bit, I change it around a little bit. I'm just really having a hard time making a decision and figuring out where is the right place for this. So eventually I figure out I'm going to put that blue, the small blue heart, down in that right corner where I'm working right there. And then I am going to move the other heart, 'cause I don't know, I just couldn't get them to work together, up by the notebook edge. And then I have Ellie's Studio, and I get the ticket in there. And then I have the Ellie Studio green kind of chipboard hearts that I'll pull out and then layer those on the other two blue hearts. Um, those I keep real close to my work area because they do go on a lot of my layouts. So it's just kind of a perfect finisher. So I was super happy with that. A little bit more green in areas of the layout. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and please come back and see me again soon.